sources talk about being hard or soft in the bind. This is less to do with strength and more to do with position and control in the bind. This is a much easier situation to judge and to feel. With control, you can do as you will. Without it, you have fewer options and may be in more danger yourself. We speak of the lager or positions of flug and ox when the blades are disengaged and when we are analysing or surveying the position of the opponent in order to take the fight to him, but we speak of the vierhengen in terms of the position of the sword when in the bind. These are the 8 positions into which you can turn your sword in the bind, and the 8 Winden are the movements of going into each of these 8 positions, regardless of where your sword begins the motion. The Drei Wunder are the 3 ways to wound someone from the bind. The stich is a thrust with the point. The hau is a cut with the edge. The schnitt is a dragging slice that must have an observable effect upon the target. Doing a Winden is not as simple as shoving your hands upwards. There are a few mechanical items that need to be addressed so that you do not leave yourself exposed, and so that you can take control of the bind in order to perform your desired technique. If your opponent is soft after your Zornhau, then the distance between you is what matters most. Each Wunder works best at a different distance, as you can see in these examples. When the opponent is soft, there is no need to do Winden. You can just shoot straight with the appropriate Wunder for the distance that separates you. However, if the opponent is hard against you, then you must do Winden against him to take control before your Wunder lands. The dupleren requires a particular stimulus, where your opponent turns their parry to the side, or otherwise pushes your blade to the side. This stimulus means that a more usual inward Winden no longer works. The mutieren works when your opponent goes soft in the bind. This often happens after a decent parry, when someone then shoves their hands upwards without taking due care to remain in control of the bind. When they do this, you can take control of their weak and thrust them into their lower opening.